It's 13th December 2025 and you're watching Colosseum Report. In the last report, I already explained the basics of how the Colosseum works and shared my findings on the counters to the previous meta teams. In today's report, we're going to focus on countering Dabin's teams, because her teams are the current meta in the Colosseum. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you for those who donate to me via Ko-fi and Trakteer. I really appreciate your support for this channel. Okay, so there are two most common Dabin's teams in the Colosseum that I find. The first one is Dabin, Idol Ava, Eunha, and Daisy. The second one is Dabin, Eunha, Daisy, and Beach Ree. I initially tried to counter both of these with Beth, thinking she could handle any team led by a ranged hero since her targeting prioritizes them. However, as we can see from this match, Beth doesn't have the chance to activate her chain skill and freaking dies. Now, what if we use weapon skill region speed buff? Will the result be different? Unfortunately, no. Her sub-skill actually prevent her to launch her weapon skill immediately, allowing Dabin to activate her chain skill first. Which is the dumbest, stupidest shit I have ever seen. I thought the myth upgrade was supposed to be an improvement, but I didn't see one here. That's why we can't use Beth to counter Dabin. Instead, we'll use Arabelle. I've tried some Arabelle teams in Colosseum, and this one is my favorites. I mainly use Arabelle, Eunha, or Idol Ava, along with Beth and Daisy, to counter Dabin teams without a hero who prioritizes ranged targets. Beth is used to tank Dabin's weapon skill and chain skill for Daisy. This gives us 2 units that can absorb those attacks, which prevents the enemy's Daisy from reaching our backline, since Dabin has to deal with these 2 units first. This allows Arabelle to continuously launch her weapon skill. And of course, you should pray for good RNG so that your DPS heroes aren't aligned with Dabin's chain skill. This is one of the matches where I apply this strategy. The key is to not let the opponent's Daisy taunt ours first. You can do this by having their Daisy target ours while our Daisy targets Idol Ava or Eunha. Don't make her target Dabin since Dabin has a long attack range. But if the opponent places Idol Ava before Daisy in their team order, causing their Daisy to target the 3rd nearest untargeted unit, you should make their Daisy target our Arabelle instead, since she has the longest attack range. Then, place Daisy in the front line to reduce her distance to Eunha. But keep in mind that the other teams are still pretty good to use. I just use the one with Beth in it because I like her. Okay, next we're going to try to find the best team to counter Dabin when she's paired with Beach Ree. Initially, I tried using the Arabelle team against it, but most of the time I ended up losing. I think it's because she has movement speed buff, which often makes her rush into the opponent's territory when she panics after being attacked by Beach Ree. That's why I suggest using this Eunha team instead. Eunha doesn't have a movement speed buff, so she's less likely to rush into the opponent's territory. And it's very easy to use. You just need to make their Daisy target our Dabin, while our Dabin targets Eunha or anyone that you think will allow our Daisy to launch her taunt first. Wow, his Beach Ree didn't target my Eunha. That's quite lucky. Does this mean Eunha team is the best counter to Dabin? Unfortunately, no. Take a look at this. This was my build before I changed it. So, I decided to change it because the build might have been the issue.
The sweet scented gunpowder. It's almost as if it's whispering sweet nothings to me.
What do you think? Was it a build issue or RNG issue? Okay. The last thing I want to share is this team that can counter Eunha. I didn't include it in my previous report because I hadn't thought of using Kamael as bait until someone used this strategy against me. Like I said, we use Kamael as bait for Eunha. Then place Idle Eva on the same lane as Eunha. That way, Idle Eva's weapon skill can hit her. And that wraps up my Colosseum report for this month. If I got anything wrong or if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Hope you find this video useful. See you in the next video. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you my build. Here they are. Okay, thank you for watching.